focus on this. I'll let the Facebook stuff happen.
That's fine. Look at this.
You got
Mark,
music?
are you impressed? I take up to the production, and here comes music.
This is deja vu in its finest. Adam, let me tell you a little backstory, a little boxing story. Simple backstory. So Chad and I started our Neighborhood Spotlight podcast doing this via StreamYard years ago. And the weirdest thing ever to me was, look at his backdrop. I'm like, dude, you look like you're shooting from a prison. We got to I miss you, buddy. I miss you. How are you, Chad?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Welcome to God knows the last edition of the Superstars podcast we've done. I'm super stoked to be on the airways with you and to bring another personality to the stage, Mr. Adam Boxman. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
I feel like I'm like you guys are bringing the band back together, and you got like a new band member right now.
Chad, do you use super for everything because you're a superstar? Like, is that like for everything? Do you work that into the equation?
I tried to work some other things out, and everyone keeps like calling me that. So at this point, I'm like, if I've earned the brand, I might as well use it. You know,
listen, I got to come up with something. You got super. This guy's got epic. You guys got
I got
nothing. I got Skinny Joey's friggin' hoodie on. What do I have? I got to come up with something.
I don't even know where I came up with it.
Maybe that's it. So
I don't even know where the word came up in my head. It was like at one moment, like when I was coming back from the event we'll talk about to getting home, somehow I saw the word epic and I just kept, it's like, now I can't get rid of it. Now everybody's using it.
It's funny you say that because the first couple times we spoke on the phone, and again, I knew you, but I didn't know your brand. You used the word epic a few times. I'm like,
I did
the word epic. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, you got epic shirts and you are epic. The brand is epic. So that is very cool. So
I try not to use it because it's supposed to be like, I try not to use epic too much because it's supposed to be special. It's supposed to be like unique experience or something unique. So I'm surprised that I used it, but now we've got reticular activators where you see something and then you can't get rid of it out of your head. Now I feel like, wait a second, maybe everybody uses the word epic in every other sentence now.
Everyone
out there, let me give.
Man, I just realized with our personalities, the three of us, nobody's going to get any words in because none of us, we don't stop. We talk over each other. This is going to be a nightmare of a quick 5-minute little rundown. But let's go, Chad. You take the lead. What's going on? Let's get some stuff going.
Yeah, so I want to dip into people out there that are in the real estate game like we are, obviously. Adam's really become a known brand in the past year, at least 6 months. I've seen you surge for at least 6 months now. You got a really good message and a really unique spin on things. And as a lender, I love that it's about the buyer. I mean, hallelujah.
I know. What did I charge you for sponsorship on this event again? We might have to get
It's so true though.
But so I want to let's give everyone a brief intro as to how you got into real estate. What was your aha moment? And then let's come to talk about what is the Epic Homebuyer Experience.
And I will jump in before you start, Adam, because I know that you have a ton to say, but we want a little teaser because we want people to actually come to this event. So give them a little teaser, give them something to work with, but don't give them the whole, give them something.
Now we got like 4.5 hours or 4 hours to do on Wednesday to break down like every minute detail. But I'll give you some background. 19 years in real estate. I can't even believe I'm saying that because it feels like it's gone by in like 2 seconds. But November, I celebrated 19 years. And I spent 5 years doing it the wrong way. I spent 5 years trying to do it my own way, trying to figure it out, but doing it the wrong way and not enjoying my life. And the world brought me to real estate because a lot of personal life experiences. I had lost my mother, didn't want to waste more moments of my life in a job in the restaurant business, and decided I'm going to get into real estate. And 5 years in, I started hating my life again because I just wasn't doing it the right way. And I went to an event. I heard somebody say something that just the light bulb went off. And 13 years ago, someone started teaching me a method that I thought at the time there was a room of 300 people that if I didn't do this method, then everybody was going to trample over me. And so I started taking on consultation as a priority for working with home buyers. I love buyers. I think buyers are like an amazing opportunity to build a great referral-based business. But it's a world where if you don't do it the right way, you can literally waste hours and moments of your life. Even if you're successful with buyers, if you do it the wrong way, you can hate your life. And I thought if I didn't start learning the consultation and doing it that way and building trusting, committed relationships early on, everybody was going to do it. And I was going to lose the business. 13 years later, all of a sudden, I come take my head out of the sand, and I'm helping buyers for 13 years. And I realized that no one else is doing it. And I started hearing a lot of complaining, a lot of people frustrated. And we know that working with buyers can be frustrating. And I love my life. Like I've helped all these buyers, and I know the answer that has given me the path to loving my life and helping 30 to 40 buyers a year. And so I just went into a room with 10 people and said, let me share with you how I did it. And 2 years later, I'm now grateful that my message is hopefully hitting home, and it's hopefully giving people excitement. I've been literally praying for this moment.
It's awesome.
Mark, you're like a leader in real estate that has also been praying for moments like this, because there are certain people that think you should just meet random people as strangers at homes and get transactions done.
Yep.
And there's certain other people that say, no, that the relationship matters. And this is what you're all about. And it's what I'm all about, because I think what I learned is 87% of people are not going back to their agent.
Sure.
Because that helped them buy their house was just a door opener in their mind.
Sure.
And in the last 4 years, it's never been harder to help people buy homes.
Agreed.
It's like climbing Mount Everest in buying a house right now. And we're guiding people as Sherpas. They're turning around at the top of the mountain, and they're not remembering the person that guided them, because the person that guided them didn't set expectations, didn't do it. And so being able to give back a little bit and share how I actually build those relationships early to give myself a life that allows me to enjoy my life with these buyers. And at the end, they get a great experience. And man, I can't wait to see everybody on Wednesday. We're going to spend hours doing it.
So, Adam and Chad, you weren't on our first conversation, right? So Chad, when Adam and I spoke, we spoke for like an hour and a half. There were so many similarities, and it was really like everything he said resonated with me. And it to me, the key to what he had said when we first spoke was, or I should say, when I talk to my agents, the one thing that I always say that is exactly what he hit on was, that we are in the relationship business. A lot of people are into the whole, I closed 50 transactions this year. I got 50 deals done. You know how I feel when people say deals, right? I actually cringe when people say deals. These aren't deals. These are relationships. You're dealing with people's livelihood here, right? So for me, it's about building that relationship. And I tell our agents all the time, and we've grown, over the past years now. It's so important to build that foundation, because that's ultimately what's going to bear fruit. You have to keep feeding the well, but if you build that foundation correctly, the money will come. It always does. Don't worry about the quick sale. We're not selling used cars here. If we were, then it'll be a different story, but we're not. We're here to build those relationships. And when we started talking, I'm like, wow, this dude gets it. And to me, I'm super stoked about this Wednesday. I do want to talk about that again. I don't want to give too much backstory. Yeah. So, Chad, do you have anything else right now that you want to jump in about, or I want to dig a little bit deeper? First of all, there goes see that face right there, Adam. You see Chad's face right there? Do that face. He looks dead like what do you call Robert De Niro from Goodfellas when he does that. So, anyway, this event,
I'm an expressive person.
Yeah. And I'm going to give you the whole backstory behind this event. So Volkan came to me and he said, listen, we're always educating our agents. We need to go and start educating others. I think it's really important. Nathan Brees, American Insurance, one of our sponsors. Thank you. I'm excited to have you there, Nathan. So, for me, Volkan said, we really need to start not only educating our agents, but the other agents, the other co-ops out there. And there's so many amazing agents, but there's a lot. We all have something to learn, including myself. We all have something to learn. If we can better educate us as a community, the brokers in this area, we're all going to have better working relationships. So he said, I think we need to do something. I'm like, okay, now what do we do? And then somehow, I guess Volkan caught wind of your seminar, and I haven't heard it yet. So I'm super excited to hear it the first time. Yeah. Like, you need to get Volkan when he gets, his Turkish accent. You need to get Adam Boxman. So it doesn't really sound like that, but I'm so
grateful. Right. I'm grateful that's what's been happening.
So, and then what ends up happening is, I said, all right, let's do this. We'll cover it. We'll pay for it. We'll get a couple sponsors to help out, and we'll offer this for free and so on. And Volcon's like, well, you know what happens when we offer things for free? And I get it. I don't like anything for free. So if you offer something for free, you're going to have hundreds of people that say they're going to come, and then half are going to show up, or no one shows up because they feel like they don't want to take anything. Nobody wants anything for free. At least I don't, right?
Yeah.
So that being said, if we charge for an event, I don't think that's fair either, because we want to educate the public. We're looking to educate our fellow realtors. How can I in good conscience charge you? So that didn't work. So we tried to figure out how we can make this work. So ultimately what we decided was, I spoke to our friend Missy Robeson, who is she is the resource officer in Bucks County. So her job with the Middletown Township Police Department, but in conjunction with all the other townships, she goes around and makes sure that the areas, people in need are taken care of in one capacity or another. And the one thing that's near and dear to her heart and my heart at this point, because we've been donating to them for a long time, is Shop with a Cop. So Shop with a Cop, the whole premise behind Shop with a Cop, and she will dig deeper into what it is. But my understanding and what I've seen in the past is, they find families that are in need, typically children that are in need, under the age of 18, and they say, okay, kids, we're going to give you X amount of dollars, typically $300-$400, to go to a Target in Langhorne with some police officers, and they go on a little shopping spree for themselves. Bruno, what's up, brother? I hope you're there.
Bruno and Stacy.
Everybody knows Bruno and Stacy.
Bruno and Stacy.
They're awesome people, awesome people. And they are like-minded. They are just like us. Don't forget that one. So they will bring these kids to Target to go shopping. And the thing that to me that was most humbling, I got to be honest with you, what really hit home, you bring a 15-year-old kid to Target with $300, especially somebody that doesn't have any money, you would think they're going to buy a bike, they're buying this, they're buying that. She told me that 90% of the kids that come there, I'm actually getting chills now thinking about this, 90% of the kids that come there, they're there to buy toiletries for their family, clothing for their little sisters and brothers. Like, to me, it's like, and Missy will talk about that more in depth and how she rewards those kids for being so generous to their family members. And she does do that. So my point is, if we can say, all right, listen, guys, this is a free event and you are not required to pay anything for this, and we don't want you to pay anything. If you are willing to come and give a donation to Shop with a Cop, the Opus Outreach Foundation, our 501c3, will match all those donations and maybe give a little extra to it at the end. We'll talk about that. So, this is a way for you to give back during the holiday season, to come and enjoy breakfast, come and enjoy an awesome lunch from Meglia. We have like a dynamite lunch. Get education from Adam Boxman, and to give back to an amazing cause all in a few hours. Listen, I think it's a win. That's just my take.
We're going to do this I think we should do this every year. If we got it, because this is the time of year for this moment to happen, where people have the time to spend the day with us, but also get back. I mean,
I agree 1,000%. And, and the one thing that Volkan said in his Turkish accent, he said, this is something we need to educate these people. And I said, okay, we're going to educate these people.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the
way. It's a little bit close.
My work is so bad. Every one of my accents sounds the same. With the exception of an Italian accent, they all sound the same. So anyway, we want to start an education series, which we'll chat about too at the event, but we would love to have you come back annually. I mean, this is just an amazing thing. At the end of the day,
ultimate win-win-win. Like, we're talking about win-win across the board. Like, for me, by the way, police officers, my wife's whole entire family, all police officers. And so this Shop with a Cop, like, this is amazing for the community, because what they do, the reason why they do this is that the kids actually build a great reputation or relationship with the police officers who are doing it. So it's an amazing way for the community to build stronger relationships with the police officers. Agreed. For the families that really need that strength. I mean, it's just an amazing, everybody's got to get there. And we're going to create the win in the fact that, and Chad, I want to talk about this. When we talk about, first of all, I wanted to build this message for any agent anywhere who wants to help with any buyer. And I learned very quickly that the message is making life better for the agents, but it's also, and for the clients, but like from the mortgage perspective, the mortgage loan officer is the co-author of the experience that every buyer has. I mean, you talk to buyer agents, I know he's going to get a round of applause, but if you think about it, right? You talk to buyer agents and you go, it's frustrating to work with buyers. But if you think about the loan officers who are dealing with the buyers, who wish they had buyers who were better educated, who knew what to deal with before they started working with them, now everybody's going to get a better experience. So I'm thinking, like, this message is meant for the loan officers to get in front of the agents so that the buyers get a better experience and we enjoy our lives doing it, man.
I got to tell you guys the truth. If I am an agent at any aspect of my career, why would you not come to this? Yeah. I can't in my right. It's free.
The only thing I can think of, Chad, think of is, and the reason, and just so you know, obviously we know that we organize this, but the fact that, and I know this because I know that myself, when we get invited to other offices or different things, some people have that scarcity mindset and they feel like, oh no, they're going to try to recruit me. And that is not the case. So people that are out there, we're not talking real estate, we're talking education. And that's literally it. You're not going to get a pitch about why you should join our brokerage. We don't do that anyway.
And in full transparency, Adam's from another brokerage.
A whole other brokerage.
KW, and I'll throw it out there. Listen, and the people that I reached out to, I'm like, dude, he's a KW agent. And we have a lot of our friends at KW coming as well. So, and that's our way of trying to make sure we want to, kind of bridge that gap. We don't want people to feel like, that they should feel threatened or feel like we're going to be there to pitch them on something. Has nothing. You're not going to hear me talk real estate at all. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to thank our sponsors. We're going to introduce this man over here, and we're going to let him go to work and do what he does best, and that's to teach us how to just be a better agent. And that
we're going to pitch one thing. We're going to pitch one thing. We're going to pitch Shop with a Cop, and that is the only thing that anybody should expect. And look, sometimes you can go in with a limiting belief, or sometimes you can go in with the understanding that maybe these people are genuinely just coming out to have the opportunity in their lives to give a great message. Yeah. And the people that will be there are going to leave feeling exactly that way. And the people that won't be there will learn from those people. And what happens is they'll go, damn, maybe I should have been there, because it's time to get excited. So to be real personal with this, I have been dreaming about the moment that the NAR settlement has brought to us. It's really odd. It's really, really odd to me that for 13 years, I'd come home to my wife and say, I don't know why agents aren't insisting on having these meetings with their clients before they start getting into showing a million homes and hating their life doing it. And I'm sick of the buyer that is calling me and saying, if you don't take me to 123 Main Street, I'm going to have somebody else do it. And I've been literally praying for a moment where the buyer has to meet with me and see value in the work we're doing. And now the NAR settlement, it's like kerosene pouring out on fire for me. But getting out and giving this message had nothing to do with the NAR settlement. It's been my life for years, and I've been waiting for this NAR settlement to come back to us and say, I'm excited. You should be excited about your opportunity as an agent now, where you're not going to be a door opener anymore. You're actually going to be able to sit down, and you want to be successful, show your value in that consultation, and they're going to hire you and follow you. Yeah, go ahead.
You said it right there. Value, show your value. Real estate, unfortunately, has become a cheapened profession over the past years. And that's because of, and I'll say it right now, a lot of these companies out there, these online companies that are paying people minimal salaries just to open doors, or just throwing out leads and doing this, that, and the other thing, and taking the lion's share of that, because they're the ones that are ultimately making the money. Again, nothing against them. I have friends of mine that work with those brokerages. I have friends of mine that invest in those types of advertising. If that's for you, that's great, but you shouldn't discount who you are as an agent. And the problem is that's what has happened over the past years. People have really discounted who agents are, and the value has to be shown to our people. And this is a great way to sit down, explain to them what the buyer agency relationship is going to look like, and really show the value. And now I love that we're forced to do it. Now we have to do it. So NAR did step in, as much as everybody bitched and complained. They stepped in and they did what they felt needed to be done, and that's fine. The lawsuit has been settled, but now the brakes have been put on. Now we actually have to show our value again, and I love it. I'm really
so the result of this, right? So the agents that should be on Wednesday, and I'll tell you the agents that shouldn't be there. The agents that shouldn't be there, like in our past, we've been treating this as like a transaction. We've been telling agents, if you get to the house and you're the first person they meet, 75% of people will do a deal with you. And if all you're trying to do in your business is transactions for your whole career, you shouldn't be there on Wednesday. But what that's going to do to you is it's going to put you in a business where you're doing open houses twice a week, because you're doing transactions, but not building foundational relationships where in 10 years, you want to be having people bring you business because you created cheerleaders. The people that should be there on Wednesday understand that slowing the process down and actually building the relationship early is going to build a foundation of business for you, where in 10 years, you're not going to be fighting for business because you have a relationship with all of these people that's deeper than a door opener. And so that's who should be there on Wednesday, and that's what I'm excited to share, man. That's what we're going to get into for like 4 or 5 hours. We're going to get into all of it.
Be great, and we're going to keep them fed. I'm Italian, you got to feed the people, so we'll have breakfast.
So I'm gonna keep the clock. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep the clock. So I'm gonna hit the last key bullet points. Are there any spaces left? Are there any spaces left?
There are, and if we could share that, Chad, if we could share the Eventbrite, it's again this is a free event. You're welcome to come. I spoke to the catering manager, who happens to be one of our agents, so it worked out really well. We can get some last minute people in there, not a problem. Probably have 100 people so far, but we'd absolutely love to have more. So yes, we can have
spaces for that. The two other points I know Adam wanted to hit on. You are going to leave here. You're not going to, this is not to sell another program. You're actually going to leave here with skills that you can use out of the gate. So I'm sorry, you're an idiot if you don't want to come to this.
I'm going to give away, and I'm going to give away a bunch of free, I'm going to give away a bunch of free resources. You don't need to show up with anything, but you're going to leave with a bunch of free resources that I use.
Game-changing knowledge, career-changing knowledge. Literally, you're going to walk out with. And then one more thing, Adam, talk about this Facebook group for people that come to this event, how they can now join this exclusive group having attended this event.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to share, and we're going to share in the comments also here, and then I'll share it also on Facebook. But we're building a community of agents that are sharing without selling anything. So we're getting in there. I'm also live every Wednesday. I'm going to be live every Wednesday in the group, and we're going to be building better experiences for our clients. So the group is growing, and we're adding resources.
Free. That's free. That's free. So everyone out there that's on these Facebook groups, I'm struggling, I don't have money, how do I get leads?
About everything.
Free.
Make a change. Yes. Absolutely.
It's free.
Everyone else, it's no one else's fault. It's yours. Spend the time to grow your business. We're giving you the tools. Adam's giving you the tools. This is a free event. He has a free group. Just to recap, and we're going to tie this up, guys. So 10 o'clock, December 4th. 1675 The Ridges in Feasterville, Trevose, okay? So 10 o'clock, doors will open and registration will begin. We're going to have registration for about the first 30 minutes or so. After that, you can grab yourself a little continental breakfast, have some bagels, we'll get some lox for you too, Chad. Why not?
I want that too. I want it too.
For you too, Adam. I got you. I get some blintzes and everything else. We'll get you going. So, but all kidding aside, we will have a nice continental breakfast. You plenty of coffee to get you nice and hyper. That'll be between 10 and 10:30. 10:30, we're going to chat for a little bit with a couple of our sponsors. 10:45 is really when we love to have everybody seated at the latest, because then Missy is going to talk about Shop with a Cop, and we're going to get rolling with Adam around 11. We're going to talk for about an hour with Adam. He's going to tell us who he is, what he does, all that fun stuff. We're going to break for lunch, and then he's going to come back and end it with a ton of education. If you can only make a part of it, I'd rather see you make a part of it than none of it. We'd love to see you there, guys. Pop your head in. Say hello, meet some of the agents, chat for a little bit, educate yourself to the best of your ability. And again, if you can't, we'll see you next year or the next time we do this again. So I'm looking forward to it. Chad, I know you're looking forward to it. Adam, you stoked or what, bro?
Well, I'm going to bring a lot of energy. Trust me. You better be ready for me to blow up a whole lot of energy. I got to sit down because I pace too much. So if you're ready for a whole lot of positive energy and you're ready for some, and we're going to help Shop with a Cop.
Listen, between the three of us, you will not need any coffee.
I'm jumping out of my skin here. We got to end this. We got to wrap it up. It's 3:22. Guys, Chad, close it out. You're always the one who closes it.
Listen, as I always say, if we're not bringing the superstars to this show, we ain't doing our job. Thanks for watching another edition of the Superstars Podcast. Please follow us on YouTube at the Superstars Podcast. We will see you all Wednesday. Everyone have a great day. Peace.
See you Wednesday.